Are you considering moving to Jersey City but aren't sure if it's worth it? Well, I moved from New York City to Jersey City, and I'm here to tell you why it's one of the best decisions I've made. Hi, I'm Natalie. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in New Jersey, and today I'm going to talk to you about how I made the move from Manhattan to Jersey City, what I've been loving about it, and how it compares to the Big Apple. So I first wanted to talk about the three big reasons why I decided to move from New York to Jersey City after living in Manhattan for 3 years. And the first reason being the escape from the crazy hustle and bustle of New York City. So for context, I lived in West Harlem for 3 years, and as you know, if you live anywhere in New York, it's always crazy, it's loud, it's busy, it's chaotic right outside your apartment. Now when I come home from the path, I just am able to be like serene and calm and relax. It's also really safe here. I walk sometimes late from the path to my apartment and I never feel scared, which could definitely not say in Manhattan. More on that later. But yeah, my partner is a teacher in the city. I have a busy life going on as well. And we find that when we get off the path and arrive in Jersey City, we are just able to be calm and relaxed. Of course, my cats choose now to have a wrestling match. Okay, the second huge reason why we decided to move was affordability, cost of living. As you know, New York City is crazy expensive. It's insane. And that's not to say that it's cheap to live in Jersey City or Hoboken. Obviously, you have such proximity to New York City, it's not going to be cheap by any means. However, you do get a lot more bang for your buck. So, for example, my partner and I live in a luxury building right on the water with views of the Empire State Building and the Freedom Tower. And our apartment, our rent is about maybe a third, maybe a third of what it would be if we were living in Manhattan in a similar building. So for context, we have a doorman, elevator building, pool, pickleball on our rooftop, a really nice rooftop, barbecue grills, just all of these amazing amenities that I would have never dreamed I could afford in Manhattan or really anywhere in New York City. And I think a big reason people don't want to come to New Jersey is because it's New Jersey and they have a stigma with saying, I live in New Jersey, which really I have no stigma. People, if they feel that way, they come over to my apartment and they see all of my amazing luxury things I have here and they're like, okay, yeah, maybe Jersey's not that bad. Obviously, the amenities are huge and the luxury stuff is so nice, but another huge aspect of that is space. You get so much more space for your money when you live here. My partner and I live in a 900 square foot one bedroom here. I'm filming this in my massive living room. There's still a lot more over there and I'm facing the bay windows that face the Empire State Building and the water. But yeah, it's huge. It's great for hosting. Our bedroom's also massive. We have a king size bed, tons of room, closets. We used to have to share a tiny closet in our old apartment, and now we each have our own, and there's one that we can even keep toilet paper in and all of that. So yeah, that's a really huge aspect. Okay, so the third big reason why we decided to move from New York to Jersey City is actually because it's so easy to get to New York. So as I mentioned, there's the PATH trains, which if you're unfamiliar with those, my last video, you can check it out. I did a quick little tutorial of how the PATH trains work, but a quick rundown is the PATH is basically the same as the subway system in New York City. It's the same price. It's also super fast and super easy. I live like a 5-minute walk from my station at Newport, Jersey City. There's also Grove Street, Journal Square, Hoboken, tons of PATH stops. And you can get to the city in less than 10 minutes. It's super easy. There's also the ferry. I took the ferry and it was super fast because again, you're literally just shooting right across the water. Like going from Exchange Place to Financial District actually took 3 minutes maybe on the ferry. It's crazy. And there's also buses. So there's tons of options. My personal favorite, as you can probably tell, is the Path. I live super close to it and it's just so quick and easy. Obviously no traffic, no anything. And coming from living in the city, I was so used to the subway that it's basically the same thing. But back to my safety note I mentioned earlier, I do find that the Path is a lot safer, at least it feels a lot safer to me than the subway. I used to waitress, I used to work late at night, and just getting on the subway late at night or getting off, walking from the subway, that was all really kind of scary. You know, you want to have your pepper spray, whatever, but you shouldn't like feel like you have to have that or be on the phone with someone, which obviously you can't on the subway when there's no signal. But I will say on the Path, I, knock on wood, have never felt scared or walking from the Path back to my apartment, even if it was, you know, 2 or 3 a.m., which obviously doesn't happen often, but even in that case, it feels really safe here. It just, I feel like such a trusted community here. The streets are well lit. It's literally like, it's just great. Safety is so big, and I never worry about it here. Also, I have a doorman, which I can afford here. So obviously all those reasons are great, but I did just want to talk about a couple more things that I've really grown to love about Jersey City. I've lived here maybe a little over 6 months now, which isn't crazy long, but I plan on staying here for the foreseeable future. And yeah, there's so many things that I've grown to love. Number one being all of the cute little neighborhoods here. Sure, there's, you know, downtown Jersey City, there's the Heights, there's all of those neighborhoods, but even like within downtown Jersey City, which is kind of where I live, there's so many different little neighborhoods. Like one of my favorites is Hamilton Park, which I've done a video about and I will post on here soon. And I'll probably do another more in-depth one. Hamilton Park, there's so many green spaces and parks here, like, and again, I live right on the waterfront. I love to walk up and down the waterfront. It's so nice, so good for your mental health. The second it's like above 40 degrees and it's sunny, I am walking on the water every day. And there's little dog parks there. There's little dog parks at Hamilton Park and all of the other parks here. I've also gotten to know all of the little small businesses here, which are really amazing. Cangiano's, I posted at Hamilton Park, amazing sandwiches. You just get to know all these cute little mom and pop shops. And it's just a great part about living in Jersey City because it feels like it's the best of both worlds with the suburb and the big city. It's just really cute. I just love it. And that being said, it is super walkable. And I love all the green spaces, as I mentioned. There's a ton of farmer markets, Liberty State Park. There's just so much going on. And I do have a car, but I don't really use it that much. You don't need a car here. I have plenty of friends who live here who don't have a car and they're totally fine. It is very walkable and, again, less scary to walk in than New York, I would argue. I guess the point I'm trying to make is it very much is a community vibe and feel here, which I really love, and it really speaks to me, and I think it's super cute. Okay, so now to touch on a couple of the downsides or challenges to moving here. It's not all sunshine and rainbows as I make it out to be. The adjustment period from moving to New York City, especially Manhattan, to moving here, it's definitely not as fast paced. It's a little more laid back. As I just said, it's a bit of a hybrid in between a suburb and a New York City. It's not quite as chill as like a more inland suburb would be, but it is definitely not the same pace as New York City. Another potential downside, you could say, is that there's less of a nightlife here. It's definitely, as I've been saying, a bit chiller. It's not as crazy of a scene as it can be in New York City. For me personally, I don't mind that. And also the scene is growing. There are things going on here at night, but it obviously doesn't compare to New York City. So if you're someone who does like to party and be out really late at night, like it might not be the time yet or ever for you to move here. For me, as I've gotten to my mid and now entering later 20s, it's become more of my vibe to not go out as much and yeah, stay in. So I don't mind that so much, but if you are someone who really loves the active, crazy nightlife of New York, then that is something to consider. Again, you can always take the path or whatever, Uber, which could be expensive, back and forth. If you do want to party in New York and then come back here, I definitely do that on occasion, but it's definitely not as much of a thing here. Lastly, something I kind of miss about New York is the subways. I know I've kind of been saying not the best things about them, but they give you so many options of places to go and how quickly to get there. I used to live off of the 125th ACVD trains, and they pretty much got me anywhere I wanted to go. Now when I take the path, if I want to go higher uptown than 34th Street, I have to transfer to a subway, or I can walk or take a bus or whatever, but when I used to take the subway, I normally didn't have to transfer. I could get pretty much anywhere I wanted to go. That also obviously depends on what neighborhood of New York you live in. I know people who live in the city and don't live near any subways, or they live near one and they always have to transfer. For me, getting where I have to go and transportation has always been a priority, so I've never put myself in that position. And that being said, I still love the path and all of the things I have here. I just don't always love having to transfer. So to kind of sum this up, the main reasons I have enjoyed my move to Jersey City are the comfortability of lifestyle, that it's less hectic, and the amazing luxury things and size that I can afford here that I couldn't in Manhattan. The safety, also huge, the cute vibes of all the neighborhoods, and that it is still easy to get to New York. If you're thinking about making the move from New York City to Jersey City or have any questions about the area, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer anything and also would love to help you find the perfect home. You can email me at nataliearis@kw.com. I am an agent at Keller Williams City Life in Hoboken, New Jersey. And yeah, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what tips or things I said you found the most insightful and why you're thinking about moving to Jersey City. I'll catch you next time. Bye.